For weeks, the silence surrounding Papoose was louder than any statement could have been. Every time he posted a picture, stepped out in public, or appeared in someone's story, fans searched for clues. A caption, a comment, a subtle confirmation, anything that could either calm the speculation or confirm what many feared. But nothing came. And in today's digital world, silence rarely soothes curiosity, it fuels it. It creates space for assumptions, theories, and narratives that grow wilder by the hour. By the time he finally spoke, the story had already taken on a life of its own. And at the center of that storm stood Claressa Shields, facing a wave of backlash that intensified with each passing day. It didn't begin with an official announcement. It began with whispers. A clip that felt too friendly. A comment that seemed layered. A reaction that social media decided meant more than it did. Platforms today operate like magnifying glasses. Small moments get stretched into headline-sized drama. Screenshots circulate. Old interviews resurface. Body language becomes courtroom evidence in comment sections. And before long, narratives form, whether facts support them or not. At first, it felt like a typical rumor cycle. Intense for a few days, then forgotten. But this time it didn't fade. It escalated. Fans began choosing sides without confirmed details. Some insisted something had happened behind closed doors. Others defended everyone involved, calling the speculation reckless. But as the silence continued, assumptions grew louder. Online, silence often looks like confirmation. That's when the backlash toward Claressa shifted. What began as subtle questioning evolved into full-blown outrage. She's no stranger to pressure. Inside the ring, she thrives under it. She has built her legacy on resilience, discipline, and confidence. Critics have followed her throughout her career, but she has always answered them with performance. This situation, however, wasn't about championships or belts. It was personal. It was about perception. And perception online can be unforgiving. Every post she shared became dissected. If she smiled, critics called it calculated. If she stayed quiet, they labeled it suspicious. If she defended herself, they accused her of stirring drama. It became a no-win scenario, one where interpretation mattered more than truth. Meanwhile, the pressure on Papoose intensified. Long admired for his loyalty and steady public persona, fans revisited old interviews where he spoke about love, commitment, and standing firm no matter what. Those clips resurfaced not as inspiration, but as evidence. The conversation shifted from rumor to character analysis. Then finally, he broke his silence. It wasn't explosive. There was no rant, no chaos. It was measured, calm, composed. But beneath that calmness, tension lingered. His tone carried firmness, the sound of someone tired of being misrepresented. He addressed the noise without directly fueling it. He spoke about respect, about how narratives get twisted online, about how people often act like they know the full story when they only see fragments. He didn't confirm rumors. He didn't attack anyone. He walked a careful line between speaking and withholding, and that careful balance only intensified public interest. Supporters praised his composure. Critics accused him of avoiding direct answers. But while attention shifted toward his words, scrutiny on Claressa only grew stronger, because now, in the minds of many online observers, if he felt compelled to speak, someone must have pushed things too far. And according to loud voices on social media, that someone was her. Old clips resurfaced once more. Interviews where she laughed confidently. Moments where she spoke proudly about her achievements and connections. In this new narrative, those same clips were reframed. The internet has a unique ability to rewrite history depending on its mood. Words like opportunist and homewrecker appeared in hashtags, despite no confirmed wrongdoing. The negativity became overwhelming. Yet through it all, Claressa remained steady. She posted training sessions, motivational messages, glimpses of discipline and focus. To supporters, that was strength. To critics, it was defiance. Emotion, not evidence, began driving the conversation. The situation escalated not because of new facts, but because of feelings. Loyalty became the central theme. Many projected their own experiences onto the unfolding story. Some saw betrayal. Others saw manipulation. The debate moved beyond what actually happened and into what people believe could have happened. And belief spreads faster than proof. Influencers and bloggers added fuel. Reaction videos multiplied. Some claimed insider knowledge. Others analyzed every frame of public appearances. Each new take reignited the storm. Even neutral voices found themselves pulled in. When a story reaches peak intensity, silence feels impossible. Then came a second statement from Papoose, shorter, sharper. This time the tone shifted. He emphasized boundaries. He reminded people that social media is not a courtroom. That speculation can damage real lives. It felt protective, final, less about defending himself and more about drawing a line. That statement changed the energy. Some began questioning whether the backlash toward Claressa had gone too far. Others doubled down, convinced that suspicion alone justified criticism. But what became undeniable was the emotional toll. Fame magnifies everything. A private interaction becomes a viral narrative. A misunderstanding becomes a trending topic. And once the internet locks onto a storyline, reversing it is nearly impossible. At the heart of this saga was something bigger than gossip, the power of perception. No official accusations. No confirmed scandal. Just reactions layered on reactions until the weight felt real. In the age of branding and image management, even unproven rumors can carry consequences. Sponsors watch. Audiences judge. Reputations shift. Eventually, Claressa addressed the backlash directly. Not emotionally explosive. Not apologetic. Clear. Steady. She spoke about strength. About refusing to let strangers define her character. She avoided fueling further drama, but made it clear she would not accept a narrative that misrepresented her identity. Her voice carried emotion beneath composure. This wasn't about trending topics. It was about integrity. Papoose's decision to speak didn't end the debate. It reframed it. It reminded audiences that behind viral clips are real individuals navigating complicated circumstances under relentless scrutiny. It forced a brief pause. A reminder that assumptions aren't harmless. Every comment, every repost, every theory adds weight. To spectators, it's content. To those involved, it's stress. The internet thrives on spectacle. It rewards outrage. But the people at the center experience it as emotional strain that lingers long after timelines refresh. Eventually, as always, the noise began to fade. New stories emerged. New debates trended. But the questions remained. Was the backlash justified? Or was it a reflection of a culture addicted to drama? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. Perhaps it's a reminder that perception isn't always reality. That silence doesn't automatically signal guilt. That speaking up doesn't always silence critics. What remains undeniable is this: the moment he broke his silence,